Alright guys, I think audio is working and I need to switch my camera lenses, so you guys will see me in the next video, I guess. So in here, I'm just gonna basically explain on why in my previous video, which I probably posted yesterday, that I basically tell you that MMAT just lost, or MMAT can't sustain the stock pop that it has. So essentially what you want to look at is how much of a increase in a short period of time. So you have a 5-day increase here, and it went from $1 to $1.7, right? So it's a 70% increase. That means in order for the momentum to keep up with this amount of huge increase, the volume should either trade flat, which means the volume of this day, and that day will also be the same. And then as you can see, when the volume cannot catch up with potential growth, what's going to happen is you will see a candle that's not up or not down. It's just like flattened. And again, on these days, I think one of those days, MMAT did a AK filing and saying that, you know, one of the patents got approved, and people get really excited. But if you go and look at the specifics of who's buying those stocks, and again, I talk about this all the time, right? So $1 is where you have a retail basically standoff, right? So as of right now, most people don't know how bad the economy is, so they won't really sell off their stock, or most retail won't really care, because a lot of the guys that are backholding this, you know, they bought it at 10, right? They bought it at 9, or some of them bought it at 4 or 5, and they keep averaging down. I mean, in my Discord channel and also in my other videos, starting when the stock is at $6, I said, hey guys, stop averaging down. It's a horrible idea, because it's essentially we're in a situation where you unlike a SPAC, a reverse merger. So reverse merger, it has a price tag, and then when you break this price tag, is almost equivalent of breaking issue for this stock. That means it's really hard to gather more momentum, especially in a downturn economy. So as of how this thing is gonna go is, right now if you go and look at the option chain, you will realize that there's no liquidity between $2 and $1. That means there's no profitable spread you can do all the way from this expiration, which is 520, all the way to the I think it was the January 2023 expiration. There's no profit to be made no matter what you do in terms of a spread. And you can't even play off of implied volatility when you're trading options for this stock. That literally just means that the spread of how much people are willing to pay and how much people are willing to sell for it is huge. That means whoever makes money on this stock is the market makers. So we were talking about like the BlackRock and whoever hold the custodian share for this stock. And as retail investors, there's so much slippage and there's so less of liquidity that make this just a tremendously bad investment. And a lot of people are going to be saying, oh my, it's really cheap right now, blah, blah, blah. But it's just going to repeat its history, okay? It's just going to dwindle down, and dwindle down. Like the top it will ever get is just $1.8. That's it. And then it's just going to trade above and below $1 line. And when there's going to be like the last camel straw or whatever, and it's going to break over $1 when the market's going down anyways, or I will suspect that around June 17, the stock will be is most likely will be trading around $1, and if the market doesn't really take it really well in terms of how this entire economy is going, it might break under $1. So as far as this goes, it's not really a good long-term prospect. Compared to this, if you know, I would probably, you know, again, we're not financial advisors, we do not get financial advice. Everything we say on this channel is for shits and giggles. Compared to this, remember what we actually recommend everybody to look at is this stock, right? It has really great like macroeconomics understanding of why you're supposed to enter, and then we have a very specific goal in mind in terms of, you know, we're looking for a 20% or a 10% increase in this case. So when we brought this stock up, we actually started in March 1st, and then it was featured in our April videos. And as you can see, it was $18 in the bull market. Right now it's at 20. So it's pretty good prospect. And again, a lot of our videos, when we introduce really good aspects of a stock or really aspect of a really good in terms of this is an ETF, nobody really watches. You guys watch the MMAT video, which we make those videos because some of you in my Discord or Patreon, actually most of Patreon members doesn't have any of these holdings anymore. It's literally just, we know you guys are holding it, and then you guys are really worried and ask me questions, and I just basically post those videos to answer your questions. So in this case, I just answer your questions. What do I think this is gonna go? Did it bottom yet? No, I don't think it bottom. I think in a few months, it might be a sub $1 on stock, and you should be really careful about that. All right, see you guys on the upside.